Lindsey Graham is going to speak to Bob Schieffer on Face the Nation, and he's going to make a bold prediction. But after we listen to it, I'm going to explain to you all of Lindsey Graham's history of foreign policy proposals and failures, and then we'll see if we can make sense of what he's saying.
2011, the perfect storm. We withdraw our forces in 2011, so the security environment falls apart. Maliki, without hand-holding, being pushed by Petraeus and Crocker, the Obama administration had a hands-off approach to the political problems in Baghdad and Syria, got al-Qaeda in Iraq back into the game. We had al-Qaeda in Iraq, which is the predecessor to ISIS, on their backs, and when Syria went bad, they got reinforcements from Syria. So all this came together, and Maliki's a flawed leader, Bob. He has to go. There's no way that Maliki can bring this country back together.
So you think he has to resign?
Absolutely. I've been there so many times I can't count. And after we basically detached ourselves from Iraq, you know, Petraeus and Crocker would go into his office almost every day. I was there with them a lot, pushing all three parties. What's so heartbreaking is that we had this place in a good spot. They were playing politics rather than killing each other. The decision to withdraw U.S. forces created a vacuum. Syria is a launching pad, and it's all come together. We need air power immediately to stop the advance toward Baghdad. If the central government in Iraq collapses, and that's the goal of ISIS, Iran will own the southern part of Iraq. That's where the Shias live. They can operate ISIS from Baghdad to Kurdistan all the way into Syria. They will eventually march on Jordan and Lebanon. Our best ally in the region is the King of Jordan. And they will attack us from that part of Iraq and Syria. Our own national director of national intelligence, FBI director, the next 9/11 is coming from here.
Wow. Okay, so let's break all that down. I have so much to say about it. First of all, to his last point that another 9/11 is going to happen from here, you watch. Well, there's no way you can know that. You just made that up. But the second thing is, okay, our intervention around the world in Iraq, in Afghanistan, all the drone strikes in Yemen, Somalia, and Pakistan, and you name it, just our intervention all across the Middle East, that has increased terrorism. That's a fact. There have been multiple studies on this, and they came up with the term the Iraq effect. It's the unintended consequences of an interventionist foreign policy. The CIA refers to it as blowback. Because we've killed so many civilians, we have increased recruitment to the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Al-Nusra Front, Al-Shabaab, you name it, all these different extremist organizations. But the third thing is, but wait, Lindsey, didn't you say that we need the NSA to spy on us to keep us safe? So what happened? We're still doing the NSA spying, but now you're saying there's going to be another 9/11 attack. So I guess the NSA doesn't work then, and we should get rid of it, right? No, but you did say the NSA keeps us safe, that's why we need it. And now you're saying, no, we have the NSA spying, but there's still going to be another 9/11 attack. Okay, so then it doesn't work, right? And you can admit, well, we'll take it away because it's not working anyway if we're going to get another 9/11 attack, right? Contradictions all over the place with a guy like Lindsey Graham. But finally, here's why you never trust a Republican, especially Lindsey Graham and John McCain, like we covered last week, when it comes to foreign policy. Okay, you ready for this? Lindsey Graham, for the past 5 years at least, has been begging to attack Iran, okay? Now, he wants to fight alongside Iran. Wait. What the fuck is going on here? What's happening? Well, understand the conflict that's happening right now in the Middle East. So, ISIS, which is a jihadist group, they are Sunni Muslims. They are moving on Baghdad, okay? They're afraid that if they take Baghdad, then the next place they go is to Iran. Now, Iran is a Shiite country with a Shiite government. So the Shiites and the Sunnis have been going at it for generations. So Iran is stepping up to the plate to fight ISIS, who, again, they are the Sunni extremists and jihadists. So, of course, now Lindsey Graham is against ISIS, so now he wants to partner with Iran, and he even said we should talk to them. We should sit down and talk to them. He said that in a different clip, right? Well, wait a second. You were just talking about attacking them a few months ago. You said you wanted to bomb them a few months ago. Now all of a sudden you want to be allies with them. But wait, the plot thickens. Lindsey Graham is also the same guy who was begging for intervention in Syria. Well, in Syria, who did he want to attack? He wanted to attack the pro-government forces, the Assad regime, okay? Assad is an Alawite. Alawites are an offshoot of Shiite Islam. Now, he's largely secular, so it's almost irrelevant what his religion is because he rules in a secular way. Okay, so Lindsey Graham wanted to attack Assad, a secular Shiite, and who would he have been fighting alongside of if he did attack Assad? ISIS, the Sunni jihadists. Jihadists make up over 50% of the rebel movement in Syria. He wanted to fight alongside of them to try to topple Assad. And then who would have filled the power vacuum if Assad fell? Who do you think would have filled the power vacuum? ISIS, the jihadists, because they want it more. I mean, the FSA, they're the Free Syrian Army. They were originally leading the rebel movement in Syria. Now they shrunk. Some of them are Islamic extremists in that group. Some of them are secular. But what Lindsey Graham wanted to do was fight alongside those guys and ISIS to topple Assad. But now what does he want to do? Now he wants to fight ISIS in Iraq. And he also wanted to bomb Iran, but now he also wants to fight alongside Iran. These guys are so fucking confused. They want to be allies with people and fight them at the same time. They have no idea about the conflict in the Middle East and the historical differences between Sunnis and Shiites and why they're fighting or whose side we should be on for long-term versus short-term and why we should be allies and fight other people and topple this government and that government. They're so fucking confused. They keep contradicting themselves left and right. And the most annoying part is the fucking media doesn't call them out on it. They sit there and listen to their opinion as if it's legitimate. As if Lindsey Graham actually has a fucking point to make. Bob Schieffer's like, right, yeah, totally, we should fight ISIS, and we should be allies with this, Iran. Didn't you just say you wanted to attack Iran last month? Oh, that's weird. And didn't you say you wanted to be allies with ISIS last month? Now you want to be with them? Now you want to fight them? I don't get it. What's going on here? Nobody's calling them out when they're flip-flopping like a fish fresh out of water. They don't know anything about the world. But yet they want to have their voices heard and they want to give their opinion. Well, you guys need to sit this fucking one out. Because nobody is more irrational and nobody knows less than you do.